That first calf right there. That's where he likes to lay. I don't know what he's got going on. He won't make a sound for us now, of course. Noticed yesterday. At first it kind of sounded like he was having trouble coughing up his cud, which he's really a little young for that, but you know, they still imitate mommy. Then it kind of comes out a little. He doesn't seem to be straining when you watch him. You very rarely get to see him when he's actually making a sound. There, a little fog, a little orange. But this morning he about scared me because I wasn't expecting it. And I walked in and he, I mean, we've had them make that sound once in a while, but usually when they're a little younger and if they aren't really feeling good. So anyway, I don't know. I do know that Piper Doug said something a few years ago about this. Well, why don't you hook a link to it or something? That'd be great. Hi, camera. But I still isn't sure how to make that work. I'm not even sure a gate opener would work on it. Because we go, what, 160 degrees? That somebody'd have to come and hook it up at this end. Take the cleaner path here and always make sure, because you never know, you might find a week-old calf laying out here that didn't get the memo to get the heck out, or you might find a brand new one laying here that somebody forgot about. Anyway, I'm really not sure what's going to happen today. I do still need to get Becky's bike going. I got to move the generator out of the way so I can get that out of the shop and get it going. Becky wants me to try to help her get some things tore out next to where those trees were in that flower bed, and try to get some green stuff in the gravel sprayed. That's one reason for getting her bike started. And it's got a dead battery, so I got to remember to get a charger on it. I was going to do that yesterday, and I literally headed to the shop 2 different times with that specific purpose on my mind. And then phone rang, somebody yelled at me, you know, squirrel, it was gone. So, but whatever we do, you know, you'll see something. Well, what do we have here? We got a full udder. We got a bag hanging. We got a bag that's just about to break. Maybe? She's in there to get her when it breaks and not out here. Works out better. And get some straw in there now. What do I want you to do with that? I want you to chain this gate back open. And unfortunately, Ty's having a hard day.
I was gonna go check on her.
She has the snot streaks. She's right on top rail. Ty got up this morning and she's been pretty pukey since. So last we knew she was asleep. And I just got so I can get that generator out of the way and work on Becky's bike. Kick these 2 girls over in general population. I don't think any cabs are gonna try to nurse on them. Hopefully they're long enough, maybe they won't give any milk. Although if we had a set of twins right now, I wouldn't put them on her, or I wouldn't put one on her. But she's in better shape. Although, Yeah. If we had 2 sets of twins, we'd let them raise them. Oh yeah, there's how that float's working. It's staying down there like they were supposed to originally, but then the other one in the back barn really wasn't. So I don't know how to figure that one out. Either way, they're working. Throw some spraw and leave her alone for a bit and let her get back to it. She's really taking her time. Water finally broke a little bit ago, but she won't get her head out of the feeder. And you know, there's a little tidbit for that. Fill her stomach, it'll push the calf out. Not that that really works, but it does make a difference. That's why we night feed. Cows' stomachs are empty when they go in to eat at night. They fill them all night. Calves come in the morning. If they stay full all the time, you don't know when they're going to come. And unfortunately, the 2-year-olds were not set up where we can do that. So they come whenever, but usually between about 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning. Kind of weird that way. But yeah, she don't have a care in the world. She's acting like an old cow, not a heifer. I'm just going to eat until I'm ready. Well, 2 hours later, she finally laid down and started pushing. Those are fronts. So far, kind of looking medium-sized. So I'm not too worried about the size. She's a little tight yet. She'll loosen up as it comes out, one way or the other. Hopefully she does it on her own. I was about ready to go in and see what was going on, but feed her there. Hopefully the head is following. And I should go check everybody else because, say, it's been 2 hours. Bike's cleaned up, spare tank's full, ready to go. And I don't want to get too far away. So, I don't know how warm it is. I did take my coat off a little bit ago. And I have a short sleeve hickory shirt on today. It's almost a little chilly on my arms, but not quite. Since she's just chilling there, I'm going to let her chill for a little bit. I'm not going to be too far away. She's making headway. There's the nose. Becky said she saw the tongue out once, and she just got up and wandered around and laid back down. She had one leg back, and I told Becky it's probably the shoulder hung up. But now the feet seem to be even, and like I said, the nose is right there. Zoom. Come on, do it again, girl. See, there's the nose. So she's been at it quite a while, but she hasn't been hard labor, so she's not worn out. And I'd rather watch them. I mean, unless it's something's going on and nobody's going to be here, I'd rather just let her do it on her own. Maybe go in and grab them just by hand by the ankles and pull a little bit, if anything. She does it all her own. Everything's stretching as it's supposed to. And no messing around. Yeah, good mama. You're not done yet, sweetheart. You're almost far enough to where you can look face to face. There we go. I'm going to go in there because I'm going to make sure the bag's off its nose when it comes out so it can breathe. I just grabbed him and pulled a little bit. I kind of stopped moving it when she stopped pushing, and she'd give one more push, and got a nice looking heifer calf on the ground. So, and I had to tell her to get up. I didn't have to touch her or nothing. She kind of laid there and looked up at me, and I said, Mama, you got a baby to get to cleaning on. You got to get up. She got up, turned around, looked at it, and went, oh. So, there's a good win. That's how they're supposed to do it. Hey, a good 60-second update. Nice heifer calf out of a heifer. We got her as being due in March on the board. So, hey, March 1st, that's March. She, about 3 hours, but she was never in really hard labor. Just moving the calf a little bit and loosening things up. And I did help her the last little bit just to get the hips out. And I told her she had to get up and clean her calf. And she looked at me like, huh? And then she saw the calf and got up and went right straight to cleaning. She's been cleaning ever since. So that's the way it's supposed to happen. Not like the last two at the beginning of this week. Well, I just walked in over by the feeder and looked, and I thought she was on a teat. I come over here, and she's playing around up in the front. Of course, that left front teat looks like it's cleaned up and shiny. So I'm going to say she knows where she's been anyway, or she's been where she knew to go, something like that. And of course, a fun freaking day. This is the good part. State of Oregon and their bullshit. If you got farm ground, if you don't want to pay city residential taxes on it, you fill out forms for farm deferral, where they list how many acres are being farmed, how much the landowner gets per acre, how much the farmer made off of it per acre. And they do this once every 5 years. It used to be really easy. You could almost throw out whatever numbers you wanted because it was like $500 a year, something like that. Then it was $600 a year. And we had a few people that thought that was what their share had to be. No, you look at the paperwork, that's what the ground has to make. And some smaller patches, it's really hard to do that. Unless you're growing pot. And then that's all cash, and you're not supposed to show that. Anyway, Thailand filled 2 out for a couple of people. And I think she did both of them wrong, but one hasn't caught it yet. What the gal did catch wasn't the part Ty did wrong. Well, she did that wrong too. Because we got to put how many acres. Well, a particular place we always figured was 14 acres. Oh, they only own 14.16. The county says it's 13.16 that we farm. Well, I don't have that information. Not till today. So, Becky's trying to find the right form online. See if we can get that rectified, because of course they've got to have them back in fairly soon. Although, here's the other screwy part. Hers says has to be in by April 15th. The paperwork for the other person says it had to be in by March 5th. Things that make you wonder. And it's the part we fill out is the exact same. So there's my gripe for today. I mean, they can't even, it's county paperwork, but they can't even get it right to anything. And we were keeping copies of those, but you know, when you keep a copy of one and you only fill them out once every 5 years, where'd the copies go? And I don't think we ever had a copy of either one of those, but the last few years we've copied them after we finished them. And yeah, she'd be getting her belly full. Perfect. Of course, I get the camera out and the bebops quit, because she was bebopping. Hey, little girl. There we go. We got some bebops. How you doing, cutie pie? Look at that. Yeah. Similar markings to Mama, but you got a little more red on your cheek. Time flies. I finished spraying the main part of the driveway, and gal showed up with the paperwork. Becky was trying to get the same form online so we could start with a fresh one, and well, leave it to Washington County. It's not something that they will even show you online. Doesn't even mention it online. So, white out to the rescue. And it's as close to being right as it's going to be now. And Becky promised me she's going to turn the lights on in the feed barn this time tonight, since she didn't do it last time she fed back there. I don't see any new calves, so I'm going to feed. But had a very nice talk. Probably, God, I guess it was a couple hours, which is fine because that lady and mom were best friends for, oh God, I'm not going to say how many years because it's been my entire lifetime plus a little. Here you go, Mama. Yeah, I'll give you some grain. And I guess Becky knew it. I didn't know it. The gal had a heart attack about 1.5 years ago. Luckily, pretty mild and no permanent damage. Talked about a few things on their property, and you know, of course, she a little reminiscent of Mom. Give you an idea. Mom, when she used to do all the feeding way back when, she couldn't get up late because she had to be back in from feeding in time that they could be on the phone together. And they'd be on the phone for an hour or two every single morning. So, friendships like that, they last forever. Anyway, we've seen most of the day, and we got to see a baby born, and we got to see her doing the bebops. Huh, kid? Yeah. And Ty hasn't been out here to see you yet. The only thing Ty's done is open the door to let the dog out to go pee earlier. Maybe she'll feel better tomorrow, and maybe she'll get a tag made for you, and get tagged and shots and be ready to join the big world. All right, now we get some zoomies. Well, don't stop zooming, kid. You can keep zooming, little girl. You're not the only girl at this end of the barn now. Yeah, see? Zoomy and the bebops together. I don't know which one. She's almost zooming. And that's why Mama's not moving. Mama's finishing cleaning. I'm good with that. She's going to chase it. They do that. Huh, we'll mark her on the board as clean. So, okay, we'll see what tomorrow brings. Becky and I both have ideas of what's going to happen tomorrow. She did get a lot of cleaning up in the yard done today, so she said, I didn't do anything today. Well, I don't know. She cleaned that little tiny flower bed up. She cleaned that whole flower bed up. There's another little tiny one right there. She's been along the wall. She had 2 trailer loads of stuff she dumped over there where she used to park by the camp trailer. But she didn't do anything today. I shut the camera off and Becky yells at me. I'm gonna have to have a word with Brent. His cow's the one standing right there rubbing on the gate.
Ruby.
They knocked the walk-through open. And 618D, she's loose enough to drive a freight train through, but she ain't uttered up yet. And there's the token heifer out here, out of the goat udder. So, kick these girls out of here. As the one in front of me is going to go right in there, of course. I didn't want to walk through this. It gets deeper over here too. Kick them out, put the pin back in, because somebody rubbed on the pin is what happened. And tie it up. At least it's not like they can go anywhere. Hi, you. You troublemaker, Ruby. Bad Ruby. Bad Ruby. Get out of here. Go. Get. Obviously, they've been back here for a little bit. Not like I've had a chance to look. Oh, we're missing a pin on that one too. Cheap panels. Cheap panels. Picked these up for, wasn't much, but we needed a round pin when the kids were still showing. Tie this up and find another piece of twine. Brent, she's complaining at you because you weren't here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good Sunday.